$12,492. Yes, you heard me right. That's $12,492 within my very first month. And oh my God, it was so simple.
James, you are a breath of fresh air. Unlike those other guys, your system actually works for anybody.
I can't believe it. I'm just sitting here on my computer looking at my weekly deposits, and another $7,388 just came in right now. This is so badass.
It's like the money won't stop coming in. It's been only 3 months and I've already made $63,202.
Hey, I'm James. If you're interested in the same kind of results these folks are getting, you're in luck, because somehow you ended up in the right place at exactly the right time. You know that old saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know? Well, fortunately, now you know me. And you're now eligible to use the exact same fail-proof step-by-step system that I personally used to make $2,513,212 in the past 2 years. Sure, I can buy anything I want, anytime I want, but that's not the best part. The best part of having all this money in the bank is the pure peace of mind and the freedom to live my life without worry. The same kind of freedom you're about to experience too. And now you are mere minutes away from accessing this system, which can give you a life like this too. And it's so much easier than anything you've ever tried before. So whatever you do, do not leave this page. Do not click away. Do not lose your spot. Because everything in life that you wish to achieve, it all starts for you now, right here. And you won't find anything else like this anywhere else online, or otherwise. This works for anybody, and you don't need any special experience or skills to get started. When you start today, it will only take you about an hour to get set up, with easy-to-follow, simple step-by-step instructions. Once you're set up, it only takes about 30 minutes per day to manage. The rest of the day is yours to do with as you please. The beauty of my system is in its simplicity, and all you'll do is point people to something that they already desperately need, which is why this system has quickly generated over $25,323,699 from my friends and customers, and why I guarantee you will bank up to at least $10,000 in as little as 30 days from right now, even if you've never made a cent online before in your life.
James, I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't found you. It's so crazy. I mean, this time last year I was working at Denny's. It was literally the worst. I had the late shift waiting on drunk college kids who rarely tipped me and who would always make me feel bad about myself because they were in school building a better life and I was starving them. I was beginning to think I'd be stuck in this awful life forever until I found you. And thank God I did, because after working with you and running your system, I made $3,217 in 1 week. That's like 1,000 times more than I ever made in a week waiting tables. And to be honest, if that was all I'd made, that would have made me happy, but it was just the beginning. The next week I made over $5,000, and then the next week I made over $6,000. Obviously, I quit my job at Denny's. I started working your system full-time, and now 6 months later, I've made over $350,000. I can't even begin to thank you, James. I'm finally excited about my future, and it's all because of you.
It's like I log into my account, man, and there's more money. Nah, seriously, man. I had no idea this was so awesome. All I did was follow your system and do exactly what you told me to do. Now I'm making $15,000 a month, every month. Hey, yo, I might have to really start trying, yo. Wow.
I'm going to give you all the insider details here in just a couple of minutes, but first, I need to share some things with you about how I got to where I am. It's a little personal at times, but I'm hoping it will help you, because the same breakthrough that transformed my life is about to do the same for you. It all began about 3 years ago. I certainly wasn't making millions of dollars per year and living a dream life like I am today. Frankly, it was the total opposite. Back then, I was working a grueling 12, sometimes 15 hours a day, and barely scraping by. I was a shipping and receiving associate in a big paper company warehouse not far from where I lived. Waking up each morning to go to work, well, that was definitely a struggle. It was a physically demanding job that had me on my feet all day moving heavy boxes from one place to the next, and it was about as thankless as it gets. In fact, my boss was constantly pushing me to do more and to do it faster. Then, after a long, hard day, I get into my crappy old beat-up car and drive back to my run-down studio apartment. And none of that hard work was getting me ahead. In fact, I was deep in debt with bills, so much so that the bill collectors were harassing me at home, on my cell, and even at work. So yeah, things were not great. And yet, they were about to get worse. In fact, I'll never forget that day at work where it all seemed to just come crashing down. One Monday morning, we had several trucks come in with a shipment of thousands of cases of computer paper. I am talking about more paper than you or I could ever use in a lifetime. And you know what? This shipment, it got to us 3 days late. So basically, the second it came in, the entire shipment had to go right back out to a client of ours. So one other guy, I think his name was Tom, that guy and I had to unload these 100-pound cases of paper and check them into our inventory. We had to prepare them to be shipped out to our client, then check them back out of our inventory, and finally get them on the trucks that were headed outbound. And, oh yeah, our forklift was being repaired, so we were moving everything by hand. And of course, we were on an impossible deadline. So my boss Mike comes over to remind me that we needed to speed things up. I'm thinking, yeah, Mike, me and one other guy will move thousands of pounds of paper in and out of inventory in a couple of hours with no forklift, no problem. And he's just standing there, not helping, mind you, just staring at me as if he could will us to move all that paper faster with his disapproving glare. Anyway, we're about 4 hours into this, and I'm sweating and tired and feeling like I'm fighting an unwinnable battle. Looking into the trucks, it's obvious that we're not going to get this job done on time, much less before the business day ended. We needed help. So I pop over to Mike's desk and say something along the lines of, Mike, Tom and I are slammed over there with that paper order, and if you want to get it out to the client today, then you need to get me 3 or 4 other guys right now. And that asshole has the gall to say to me, James, you're the lead associate here in the warehouse, and I already gave you Tom for help. I can't spare anybody else right now. If that shipment doesn't get out to the client on time, then it's on you. My mind was racing, as he basically laid this entire burden on me, as if it was my fault the shipment we received was late, or that he would not give me any more help to get the job done. I thought I was going to lose it right there and let him have it. I mean, I was at my boiling point. But damn it, I needed that job, and I needed that money because I was broke. So I sucked it up and went back to work. And for the next 12 hours, Tom and I busted our asses. We unloaded thousands of pounds of paper from those trucks. We prepped that same paper for shipment to our client. And we loaded up that paper on the outbound trucks, by hand. By the time we were done, it was a little past 2 in the morning. I was exhausted and starving. But I was proud of the work we did. It felt like we accomplished something. I mean, we weren't saving the world or anything with our jobs, but it felt good to get that all done by ourselves and get that order out to our client. I smiled, high-fived Tom, and told him I'd see him tomorrow. I figured I'd stop and grab a bite to eat at McDonald's or something and then go crash out before starting all over again in a few hours. But before I left, I had to punch my time card and stop by my locker to drop off my work shoes and my lifting belt. Even though it was a brutal day, I was smiling as I clocked out, thinking about all the overtime I'd be getting. My smile was short-lived, though, because after opening my locker, I saw this note stuck to the inside. It said, James, given the delay with that very important shipment today, I have no choice but to let you go. So consider today your last day. Don't come in for your check. We'll mail it. Mike. I was fired by Post-it. Son of a bitch, I thought. I couldn't believe it. Not only did that asshole fire me, he did it with a Post-it note in my locker. And he did it so I would not find it until after I had busted my ass all day to get that shipment out. I sat right down there on the floor, head in my hands, and froze. I didn't even know what to do. There was nobody to talk to. I couldn't call anyone. It was after 2 in the morning, and I was there all alone, jobless, and deep in debt. After 20, maybe 30 minutes, I pulled myself together and grabbed my jacket to head out to my car. I turn the key and the car starts, and immediately my gas light comes on. With the way my day had gone, I wasn't all that surprised that I'd need to stop and get gas just to make it home that night. So I head over to the gas station. After I filled my tank, I decided to scratch the McDonald's idea. It was getting late and I was so tired. I went inside and grabbed a bunch of snacks and some drinks and went up to the register to pay for everything. I handed the guy my credit card, and after he ran it, he made a face and said to me, "Sorry, man, but your card is declined." I was confused at first because I was sure I had at least a couple $100 in my account, and the bill was only $53 something. I asked him to run it again. He did. Same result. Declined. He then asked if I had another form of payment. I didn't. I stood there trying to sort it out in my head for a minute because it wasn't making sense to me. Somehow I didn't even have $53. Finally, I asked him if I could stop back in later with some cash. I told him I'd even leave him my license until I got back. I was pretty embarrassed about this whole thing. Fortunately, it was so early in the morning that nobody else was in there, and the guy was pretty sympathetic. He told me to fill out a promise to pay form and be back within 24 hours to pay, or then they would be forced by the company to contact the police. I quickly filled it out, told him thanks, and hightailed it home. When I got to the parking lot of my apartment, I just lost it. I couldn't get out of the car. I couldn't go up to my apartment. I couldn't move, period. I just sat there, head in my hands, crying. After all, I was almost 40 years old, over $50,000 in debt. I had a crappy car, a crappy apartment, and now I had no money, and no way to get more because I just lost my job. I'll never forget that day, ever. If in my moment of total despair, when I felt completely devoid of hope sitting in my car, if you had told me then that just a few short years later I would be a millionaire, that I would be living a life like this, in a house like this, with a view like this, well, I would have never believed you. Yet, here I am, and here it is. Quite the upgrade from my old studio apartment, if I don't say so myself. That's right. Me, my whole life, my whole situation. It's been a complete 180-degree turnaround. All my debts, they're paid off. My bills are always paid on time, and I don't even bat an eyelash because I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, so I never worry about money. All this, and it only takes me about 37 minutes a day to work. That's it. I usually spend the rest of my days relaxing and enjoying life. Some days I'll just hop into this baby and drive around for hours. I think about those days in that crappy old car I had, and it reminds me of how far I've come when people turn and stare at my Bentley here. Sometimes that means hopping on a plane at a moment's notice for a luxury vacation anywhere I want. This year alone, I spent 2 weeks in Venice, Italy, another week in beautiful Rio de Janeiro, a week in Paris, France, and then a couple of months in the Maldives because it's so peaceful. This lifestyle, the big, beautiful house of your dreams, the perfect car, the freedom to do anything you want to do, when you want to do it, now it's your turn to finally experience these things too, because you're invited to use the exact same system that helped to create this life for me, which is the same system my members use to line their pockets with cash every single day. In fact, as of right now, they've collectively generated over $25,323,699 in just the past couple of years. It's staggering, the kind of money me and my members are making today. Now, fair warning, this is one thing you should be aware of here. I need to keep my group small and manageable, which unfortunately means no more than 100 people at a time can participate in this program. It's only fair, because I want my team to give you the kind of focus and energy you deserve. The help you'll receive from me and my team is 100% proven and guaranteed to work, which is why these 100 spots will fill up very fast. So you will want to lock in your spot right away. My name is James Wendell, and I'm from San Diego, California. I've gone from worse than broke to multi-millionaire in just a few short years. And now I'd like to help you do the same, because you 100% deserve to live a life like this. You deserve to be financially free. Picture your bank account overflowing with cash, and no more juggling bills or living paycheck to paycheck, ever again. My traffic business is about creating real change for people. People who want to be free from the soul-sucking 9-to-5 grind. People that desire a life of financial freedom for themselves and their family. People that want results like my member Steven has experienced.
Hey James, when I first saw your video, just being honest, I wasn't really quite sure what to make of it. I mean, as you know, there are a lot of guys online making big promises, but something about you resonated with me. You seemed like someone who wouldn't let me fail. Plus, with your guarantee, I figured worst case, if your program didn't work, then I'd just get a refund. So I signed up and I dug right in, and that turned out to be the best decision I have made in years. In 24 hours, I made $4,870 in profit. That was more than I was making at a job in a week after taxes. And I just did that in my first day with you. Then a week later, I made $3,722 in pure profit. And that's when I realized that this is totally real. So I poured everything I had into it every day. Here we are 6 months later, and I'm making an average of $40,000 to $45,000 per month, every single month. And yes, I'm making more in a month than I was making an entire year at my old job. For real, man, I am living proof that this works and that anyone can do it. Today, I spend my days with my wife and kids, and I'm just enjoying life. I don't worry about bills or money anymore because I know that every morning when I log into my bank account, there will be more money waiting for me. This really is the life that I always dreamed of, and I owe it all to you. Thank you, James.
Now it's your turn for this kind of success, or better, too. And let me tell you, you're gonna love how easy this is to do. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to talk to people on the phone. You don't even need to leave the house if you don't want to. And you'll barely lift a finger, spending 30 to 45 minutes per day at most. The only thing you do is point people to products they already want. My team will show you exactly which products these are, and then they'll hand deliver the traffic sources that will allow you to connect people with those products, which drives massive cash commissions to your bank account every day. This is not hard. You don't need special skills or experience or even previous online success because everything you do need is right here. My team and I will be guiding you right from the start. They will practically do the work for you. And make no mistake, this is the very same team that handles everything for me. So I get huge checks deposited to my account every week, no matter where I am or what I'm doing. Now, they're your team too. And now, finally, you can begin to experience results like these.
I had a pretty simple goal when I signed up with James. I wanted to make an extra $350 a month to cover my car payment. So as you can probably imagine, I was pleasantly surprised when I made $13,500 my first month instead. I paid off my car the very first month using your system, and the money keeps coming in. Now I'm looking to buy my first house. I am so excited.
You might be asking why I just give this away to you. Why wouldn't I just keep this and my team all to myself? I have two things to say about this. First, there's more than enough of this money to go around for everyone in my group. We would never compete against one another. Second, and at the risk of sounding a little altruistic here, it means the world to me to help people change their lives the way I did. I won't ever forget the feelings of being alone and hopeless after I was fired a few years ago. I had nobody to turn to. And I remember wishing, practically praying, that someone out there will give me a break. And that's what I want to be for you. I want to be the person that gives you your break, because you deserve it. So, yes, you're in the right place at the right time today, because you're about to get thousands of dollars deposited to your account every week. Just don't forget, only 100 people get in at a time. Any delay could cost you your spot. Listen, my team is going to be handling the hard work for you. They get you the products and they put the traffic sources in your hands and they tell you where the people are so that you simply point the people to the products and turn on the traffic that you're given. It's all laid out so you just click a few buttons and start the profits flowing. And because me and my team will be doing so much, I need to be certain I am only working with a small group of the right kind of people. Now, when you're pulling in $1,000 days, $3,000 days, and even $5,000 days, it doesn't take long for that to add up to $10,000, $20,000, or more in a single month, just like my member Ronnie here.
Hey James, I just want to say thank you so much, man. I made over $36,000 last month applying the strategies in your system. Between you and your team, closing sales and making commissions happen so fast and so easy, it's crazy.
What I am offering you here is as real as it gets, and it's the opportunity of your lifetime. Finally, you can experience the life and lifestyle of your dreams, pay off your mortgage, pay off your cars, pay off your credit cards, eliminate all of your debts for good. Fund your kids' college tuition, get that sweet car you've been wanting, get that big beautiful house you've always dreamed of, build your retirement fund, and experience the freedom to live your life on your terms finally. If you're one of the next 100 to act, as one of the next 100 people to join my secret group, my team and I are going to show you exactly where to find people looking to buy. We'll hand you the products those people want, which get you massive cash commissions when sold. And we'll hand you the traffic sources that you can turn on with the flick of a switch that will create floods of cash, which are deposited to your accounts each week. And this is how we get you making up to 6 or even 7 figures, all faster than you ever imagined possible. So, how much for you to join today? How much to give you this life? Listen, I've personally made over $2,513,212, and my members have collectively made over $25,323,699 using the very system you're about to get access to. I'm doing 6 figures per month, every single month with the system I'm giving you today. So $10,000 to join today would be an absolute bargain. But remember, I said I wanted to help you get your big break today, which is why I'm going to dig into my own wallet and cover most of the costs of this system for you. I'm going to pay it forward, so you won't have to fork over the $10,000 investment to get started, nor will I ask you for $5,000 or $1,000. In fact, it won't even cost you a fraction of that, because I'm going to cover nearly all of your setup fee. I'm handling $953 for you. On this special video invitation page only, you'll pay just a small one-time fee of $47. I pay $953, you pay $47, which is practically nothing. In fact, I've made it so easy for you to join today and then start profiting that you'll make your $47 back in no time. Listen to these recent members tell you how much they pulled in their first week.
Wow, $1,257 in my first week. Thank you.
It's my first week and I got $913 in deposits already. This is too easy.
It's only been a week and I put in maybe 7 hours, so I can't believe I made $869.
$2,348 in just a week. I think I might start doing this full time.
And me and my team are going to help you do this and more starting right now. Sound fair? Good. Because once you click that big order button below this video and complete your payment, my team and I will go to work for you instantly, working to get your account set up so you can begin making money this week. There's no waiting, no messing around. Listen, you're getting access to a proven system and training, guidance, and help from me and my team. Finally, you will have the tools and resources to build a full-time income from home. Live the kind of life that your friends will be jealous of. It works whether you're sleeping, whether you're out and about running errands, or just goofing off. And even if you're on vacation, enjoying the good life like you deserve. This works anytime, anywhere, no matter what you're doing. I guarantee it. So you're going to make money with me no matter what. You cannot lose. It does not matter how bad things might be for you right now. You can do this. In fact, check out this message I got from my member Michael just a couple of weeks ago.
I don't usually do these kinds of things, but you've done so much for me that I couldn't not do this. It's a little embarrassing, but when I first found you, I was pretty desperate because we were on the verge of bankruptcy. Bill collectors were constantly harassing me and my wife on the phone, at home, and at work. Honestly, we just started turning off the ringer because we couldn't deal with those people anymore. I was so stressed out that I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep. I was terrified that we might lose our home, and I didn't know what to do. Once I started with you, you and your team immediately put me at ease. You walked me step by step through the system. You showed me how I could get started with practically no money at all. And somehow, you helped me make $6,315 in my first 2 weeks. For the first time in years, there was a glimmer of hope for me and my family. thanks to you, your team, and your brilliant system. Now, we kept making more and more each week, and within just 3 months, we'd made a little over $100,000. So we gladly paid off our bills and even had some left over to start treating ourselves a little and putting some away in the bank. What a turnaround. Now, me and the wife are doing this full time, and we're looking at doing $1 million this year. We can look forward to retiring without money worries, and we can even help out our kids when they need it. I can't thank you enough for all that you've done, James. If you ever need anything from me, all you need to do is ask. Thank you so much.
Maybe you're already making okay money, but you desire true financial freedom and the chance to be your own boss. Maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you're tired of juggling those bills. Or maybe you're like my member Michael, and you're facing some serious financial problems today. It doesn't matter where you're at in life right now. If you want to make hundreds or even thousands of dollars per day, starting right now, with me, my team, and my system, cash commissions and deposits just keep flooding your accounts. So don't push this off. Don't delay. Click that yellow button below and lock in your spot now, because these 100 spots will be filled quickly. And you don't want to lose your first legitimate chance at incredible success and true financial freedom. If you don't do this today, right now, then what will you do? I think we both know the answer to that. You'll just keep living life the same way you are right now. Tomorrow will be no different than it is today. But take action. Click that order button to secure your spot in my traffic business now, and I guarantee you won't be sorry. My team does most of the work for you. You're just going to take the products and traffic we give you and point the people we show you how to find those products which they already want. It's almost laughably easy, and you only need 30 minutes per day to do it. So you have all the time in the world to finally enjoy your life the way you deserve. There's 100 spots in this group. That's it. If you see an order button below this video, then there is still at least one spot left. And that spot is yours. You just have to click that button, fill out the forms, and complete your payment to change your life today. And I guarantee you profit, so there's no reason whatsoever to not get started right now. Everything you have ever wanted in life, it's all right here in front of you, right now. And you just need to click that button and grab it. This is James Wendell, signing off. I'll see you in the members area.